welcome back to my channel. This is an update on my weight loss / health journey. Today is January 1st. So yesterday was New Year's Eve. I was going to do it as my day one. It became my beta testing day. I had a really hard time yesterday. I ended up not making the most healthiest of choices. I was going to fast. I was going to be like, oh yeah, we'll get the minimum fasting hours that I want in. And then if I want something healthy, I can eat something healthy. Well, pizza ended up being in the picture with breadsticks. And then after the pizza, for dinner, I ended up having top ramen and chicken nuggets, which aren't great at all. And then it was New Year's Eve. So New Year's Eve, we have a tradition at my house where everyone kind of gets their own bottle of sparkling cider. So yeah. A lot of unhealthy things took place yesterday, and I'm definitely not proud of it. So today is January 1st, it's my day one, it's the start of the month, and we're going to do a lot better today. As far as goals for the month, looking over everything that I want to accomplish in the next few weeks. I thought I'd go over some of those with you. I also want to mention I have a friend here on YouTube. Her name's Abby. She has this amazing channel. Definitely love to see her videos. This month she is starting a 30 Days to a Better You challenge. So each day she's going to post a video where she introduces some sort of like goal or habit that she'd like to accomplish this month. So today she did her first video of the month, and today her focus is dress for success, essentially. So like, you always hear the joke, people say like, oh, I'm dressed for Walmart. It's definitely a Walmart kind of look. Let me go home and get dressed for Target. And then they have like a totally different kind of appearance for Target. I personally am not a Target person. I'm not a Walmart person either. I mean, Walmart's convenient. That's the only reason I go there. But I don't feel like I have to dress a certain way to go to a store. But then again, there are times where like I'm out in public and I'm like, oh, I look like crud today. Or I didn't put much effort into how I look or into how I present myself. And so then because of that, I start to feel a little self-conscious. I feel a little more like I'd rather just be at home doing my own thing. And so there are times like that where it's like, if you get up a little earlier, do a full face of makeup, or do your hair, or do something that makes you feel good. Maybe take an extra 15 minutes to pick out an outfit that you actually like and enjoy wearing versus just something that's convenient. And so her point was kind of like, just start your day off a little earlier, make sure that you're confident and feeling good about how you're presenting yourself, and you'll be able to achieve so much more. Whether that's actually getting up and doing work around the house instead of laying around in your PJs all day, or getting up and going to the store, or running errands. So there's a lot of things that are really cool about this 30 Day to a Better You challenge that Abby's doing. And of course, as she puts in her own disclaimer, it's not an original idea. We're sure other people on YouTube or just in general have wanted to better themselves, so they use 30 days as their goal and work through each day. And so as far as goals go, there's a lot of planning involved. There's a lot of realizing that you're not going to accomplish everything in one day. So breaking it down and making it more manageable, making it to where you can actually accomplish what you're setting out to do. So for January, my goals, they're very broad. They're not quite refined as of yet, so I haven't really listed those specific to you guys yet. But one of my main goals is to drink about half a gallon of water each day. I'm not a person that goes about drinking a lot of liquid unless I'm consciously doing it. And so that's one of the things I have to start introducing. And I actually have this beautiful hot pink hydro flask, which I'm really excited to start using. I need to wash it out. It's the Dutch Bros breast cancer supporting hydro flask, so they donated a portion of the proceeds to breast cancer awareness. The other aspect is, besides what I'm drinking, is what I'm eating. And I think that's one of the biggest challenges most of us face when we're entering a health journey or a weight loss journey, because we can work out all we want. You know, it's good for our bodies to work out. But if we come home or we go about our day eating something that's not good for our bodies, it's not going to fuel us, or we just end up eating too much, we tend to ruin all of our efforts that we put into the gym or we put into getting extra activity. So for, myself to be successful in this health journey, I really need to focus on what I eat, how much I eat, and just be accountable to what I'm actually eating. And that's why I made this update today instead of waiting, because I wanted to be accountable for yesterday. Like, I made mistakes yesterday. I chose to do things that were not good for me. Today's a new day, and it's time to make better choices. So I really want to be strict about what I put in my mouth, and part of that is knowing how much I'm eating. So a couple months ago for school, I ended up in a situation where I didn't have all the tools that I needed for a chemistry lab, weirdly enough. And part of what I needed was a scale. And I had this little, tiny little black scale, but I left it elsewhere, and I had to go purchase one at Walmart. They didn't have any that were, accurate enough. I didn't know it at the time. And so I had just purchased a random food scale that I felt was cheap enough, and could potentially give me the same results. So this is what I had bought. I bought the Slimline digital scale. These things are not cheap. I don't know why, but they're just not cheap. And I tried it for my lab, and it did not accurately measure less than a gram. So at a gram or above, it was great, but when you got to partial grams, it just did not work. And so this will be great for measuring food when I start cooking recipes and knowing how much I'm actually eating. So I do look forward to using this, but we'll see how it goes. I also don't like eating the same thing day after day because it gets boring, and then I lose motivation and I just go back to eating crap. So as far as what I have for cookbooks, I'm really excited to get back into using them. This one is one of my favorites. This one cost me about $21, which is cheaper than it retailed for at the time. What I love about this one is there are big, beautiful pictures. There are lots of recipes in different categories that definitely breaks it down for you. The other one that I have is really great as well. It kind of has the same aesthetic to it. It's a little bit smaller. It is the Quick Keto Meals in 30 Minutes or Less. Once again, it's got some really lovely, beautiful pictures next to the recipes, which is great because I like to kind of have a visual of what I'm trying to cook. The other thing I really love about this one is that it gives you a lot of options for bone broth instructions or sauces. So you really have full control over what you're eating versus going to the store and picking up a sauce that may not have all the ingredients you want. I would love to start cooking maybe at least one full recipe a week, and then try to go from there, because I'd like to do the full cookbook in a year or something, go over the process of trying new things and being really healthy in my decisions. But after all is said and done, I really think this is going to be a successful year. I just have to keep myself motivated and keep on track and just keep accountable. And I feel like this is just the first step in being accountable, is coming on here and talking to you guys and kind of going over where I'm at and what's going on. So wish me luck. I need to go fill up my water bottle and start getting this day underway, but I'm really glad you stopped in, and I look forward to hearing about your guys' journeys and supporting each other in this community that is always changing and growing. So I wish you guys a great rest of your day, and best of luck on conquering all that you set out to do today.